Hello and welcome to Lantern Lane Stories. Tonight's story is The Egg Custard Secret of Belém. Though Tomás was 7 years old, small, even for a kitchen helper at Jerónimos Monastery, the monastery sat in Belém, a quiet part of Lisbon near the river Tagus. Every morning older monks carried baskets of white linen to wash Tomás, watched from the doorway, his bare feet cold on the stone floor. Why do they pour egg white on the cloth, he asked Brother Matthias, to make it stiff and smooth. The older monks smiled, like armor for cloth. The egg white, called starch, came from hundreds of eggs broken each week, but the yolks, the golden centers, they were always thrown away, or so Tomás thought. Brother Matthias winked and handed him a small wooden bucket. Come to the kitchen after the bell rings for midday prayer. Tomás had never been invited to the kitchen before. The monastery kitchen smelled like smoke and cinnamon and butter all at once. Copper pots hung from iron hooks, each one the size of Tomás's head. Brother Gonçalo, the head cook, was stirring something in a large iron pot. Steam rose up and made his gray beard curl at the edges. "Ah, young Tomás," he said, without turning around. "You've brought the gold." He meant the bucket of egg yolks Tomás had carried from the laundry room. Brother Gonçalo poured them slowly into warm milk and sugar. The yolks turned the pale milk into something the color of honey. "Nothing is wasted in God's house," Brother Gonçalo whispered. "The whites clean our clothes, the yolks feed our souls." He added a thin curl of lemon peel and a pinch of cinnamon. The smell made Tomás's stomach rumble so loudly, both monks laughed. Brother Gonçalo showed Tomás small pastry shells, already baked and golden. They looked like tiny cups made of thin, flaky bread. "These come from the baker in the city, 3 times a week," the cook explained. "But the filling? That is ours. That is the monastery's secret." He poured the yellow custard mixture slowly into each shell. It filled them just halfway, leaving room at the top. "Now we bake them again," Brother Gonçalo said. He slid the tray into the brick oven where flames flickered orange and red. The heat was so strong, Tomás had to step back. "Why do we make them?" Tomás asked. "Because," said Brother Gonçalo, "sometimes the bishop visits, sometimes we have a feast day, and sometimes, Tomás, we make them because joy is also prayer." After 10 minutes, Brother Gonçalo pulled the tray out with a long wooden paddle. The pastries were puffed and golden, with dark spots on their tops. The spots smelled like burnt sugar and cinnamon and something sweet underneath. He set them on a cooling shelf made of woven willow branches. "They must rest before we eat them," he said. "Otherwise, the filling burns your tongue." Tomás watched them cool, steam rising in small wisps. Other monks began to notice the smell drifting through the hallways. Soon there were footsteps. Serious faces appeared in the kitchen doorway. Brother Gonçalo smiled and broke one pastry in half. The custard inside was creamy and soft, just barely set. He gave the first piece to Tomás. The boy bit into it, and his eyes grew wide. It tasted like every sweet thing he had ever imagined, but also warm and real and made by human hands in a kitchen he could touch. Years later, people in Lisbon began to hear about the monastery's pastries. Visitors came to Belém, asking if they could buy them. The monks never sold them, that would have been wrong. But they gave them as gifts to the poor, to the sick, to people who came asking for prayers. By the time Tomás was grown, everyone in the city knew the story. The pastries were called Pastéis de Belém. The pastries of Belém, they were made from eggs the laundry room no longer needed. They were made from milk and sugar in the monks' careful hands, and they were made because nothing in God's house was ever wasted. Every egg had 2 gifts, one for cleaning, one for sweetness. Even now, more than 200 years later, people in Lisbon and all over the world eat these same pastries, and if you ask them where they come from, they will tell you. From a quiet monastery by the river, where monks learned to turn what was thrown away into something that brings joy. That is the true magic of Belém, and so Lisbon also slowly fell asleep. Good night.